Hi everyone, this is Lynn and you're watching Crazy Crafting. It's time for another video tutorial, and today's project is to make these little carnations out of tissue paper, and you place them on top of the doily punch. So here's the doily punch. Here's some tissue paper. You're going to use your 1" and your 1 3/8 inch, punch. Circle punches. So what I did is, this was plain white, and I don't know if you can see it, but I laid it down and I spritzed it with smooch. Well, actually shimmer paint. I took the champagne shimmer paint and you put a little bit in a spritzer bottle, okay, and you add some alcohol. Mine looks like this. Can you see the shimmer in it? Okay, all that shimmer is that champagne shimmer paint. And the reason it looks green is because I use this wonderful wintergreen rubbing alcohol. Okay, it smells so good, so I don't mind using it. And then you have to shake it up really good, and then you just spritz it. Now, okay, here's a piece of tissue paper, and what I'm going to do with it is take my shimmer paint and I'm going to spray all over it. Okay, and spray it on the other side. Now what this is for is to make carnations. So I'm going to let that dry for about a half hour and then I'll be back. And that's what you get after you put all the layers together. And you can put it on the white one, or you can cut, this is old olive, and have it sticking out of that one a little bit, so you have green, or you can just leave it on this one and add some other leaves. But I'll show you what you do with this. So you just take your tissue paper. I've got this folded, I don't know, into, I don't know, 1.5 inch pieces. And I'm going to take and go through all of them. Now what you need is about 8 pieces. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then with it this thick, it'll actually cut very well, but if you use it real thin, you have to put paper on it. And here's these, and then I usually add now 3 or 4 of these. Okay? And they don't have to, they don't have to be totally together. You mean perfect. You can just kind of, you know, leave them like that. Then take this punch, the 1/16 or the 1/8, and punch in the center. And then take a really tiny brad. Now I'm using these so saffron ones because they're so light in color and you won't be able to see it. And you want to take and open it. Okay, then you start with the first inner circle and you just squish it up around that brad. And you take and just keep squishing it. And then you get to the outer ones. Now you can also use the scallop punch. And you just fold up another layer. Okay, and then what I do is this is just a hair bigger than that, so that bottom circle, because I didn't have it perfect, I just cut off a little edge of that, okay? And then you take one of these with this, and of course, you can use any of these. Actually, let's make one of the solid ones, an old olive here. Okay, there you go. And then you have one that shimmers. I even made one out of some silver tissue paper, and I just used all 3/4 inch, 1 inch squares, but I like it with a little bit more dimension. And if you don't think it has enough shine to it, you can just spritz it. It doesn't matter how wet you make it, because in a few minutes the alcohol will evaporate out and you will have just the shiny spritz on there. So here's the other one that I made, and put it on there. And this one, as soon as it dries, will be wonderful, and you can just fluff it any way you want, and like put them in a row like this on a card or something. I hope you enjoyed this. It was just a little quick tip, and I've got tissue paper in a rainbow of colors, so I thought I was going to try this with the white, but I wanted it shiny, so I used the Spritz. And I think I'm going to get some of the other smooches or spritzes in different colors, order some, and do tone on tone. I think I'm going to do like my pink and use a spritz on that in the pink tones and stuff. As a matter of fact, I have this one right here. Let me see what this would look like. Okay, well that's pretty interesting. Huh. Well, I kind of like that too. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Let's see, I need to do a little bit more on this side. I've got one here in purple. Let's try this one. Well, maybe I could just use that and not have to use the colored tissue paper, but I just happen to have so much colored tissue paper. I think I'm going to use that up and just give it some spritz. I hope you enjoyed this little tip on making these little tissue paper carnations. Have a good day, and I'll be back with another video soon.